July 16, 1986, Glens Falls, New York. Joe Frazier sitting ringside, watching his own son. Marvis Frazier, 25 years old, 16-1 record. Opponent Mike Tyson, 20 years old, 24-0 destruction machine. Joe's hands clenched, holding his breath. Round one starts. 30 seconds pass. Tyson throws uppercut. Marvis's head snaps back, then right hook. Marvis goes down. Joe wants to stand up, but can't. Frozen. Marvis gets up. Tyson attacks again. Combination. Right, left, right. Marvis down again. This time, not getting up. Knockout. Round one, 58 seconds. Joe frozen in his seat. His son lying on canvas. Same as Joe went down to Foreman in 1973. Same pain, but this time worse. Because this isn't Joe, this is his son. Joe climbs into ring, hugs Marvis. Marvis crying, "Sorry, Dad, I embarrassed you." Joe shakes his head. "No, son. You didn't embarrass me. I embarrassed you. I put you in this business. I dragged you into this pain." That night, Joe makes decision. Never putting any of his children in boxing again. Marvis retires 3 months later. At 25, Joe's legacy ends there. Father and son shared same dream, both broken, but worst part, Joe had to watch his son break. Glens Falls, New York, July 16th, 1986, Wednesday, evening 8:30 p.m., Glens Falls Civic Center. 4,200 capacity arena. Every seat full. Smoke and sweat smell in air. Lights focused on ring. Tonight, historic fight. Mike Tyson versus Marvis Frazier. Mike Tyson, 20 years old, 24-0 record, 22 knockouts. Boxing world's new phenomenon. 1 year ago, September 1985, his trainer and father figure Cus D'Amato died. Since then, Tyson became uncontrollable force, destroying every opponent, mercilessly, fast, powerful, terrifying. Marvis Frazier, 25 years old, 16-1 record, Joe Frazier's son, legend's child. Good boxer, fast reflexes, powerful left hook, techniques learned from father. But not like Tyson. Nobody like Tyson. Joe Frazier sitting ringside, first row, ring edge, 42 years old, retired 8 years ago. But today, not here as retired champion, here as father, to watch his son. Linda sitting beside, Joe's wife, married 20 years. They have 11 children. Marvis' oldest son. Linda worried. Looks at Joe. "Joe, you sure? Is Marvis ready for this?" Joe nods. "Marvis is Frazier, my son. He's ready." But Linda sees doubt in his eyes. Is Joe telling himself or telling Linda? Not sure. Marvis Frazier, born 1960, Philadelphia, Joe and Linda's first child. When Marvis was 5, 1965, Joe still rising boxer. No money, family living in small house. Joe working at slaughterhouse during day, boxing training at night. One day, Joe brought home boxing gloves, small children's gloves, gave to Marvis. "Son, learn boxing. One day you'll be champion." Marvis was 5 years old, put on gloves, too big for small hands, but wore them because father wanted. From that day, Marvis's life became boxing. 8 years old, first amateur fight, won. Joe watched, felt proud. 12 years old school friends started calling him Smokin' Joe's son, loading expectations. "You'll be champion too, right?" Marvis smiled. "Yes." But voice inside asked, "What if I'm not?" 16 years old, dropped out school. Joe didn't object. "If quitting for boxing, right decision." 1977, age 17, turned professional. Joe in corner, trainer, father, manager, won first 10 fights, easy opponents. Joe wanted stronger opponents matched. Marvis shouldn't waste time with weak opponents. Fight strong ones. Marvis challenged Larry Holmes in 1981. World champion. Marvis was 21, too young, too inexperienced. Holmes knocked out Marvis in round 1. Joe talked to Marvis that night. "Son, you lost, but doesn't matter. You learned. Try again." Marvis nodded, but thought inside, "Father didn't forgive me. Still waiting, still expecting me to be champion." By 1986, Marvis made 16-1 record. Good boxer, but not great, not champion level. Then came Mike Tyson fight. Joe accepted. Marvis will win. Tyson young, inexperienced, Marvis smart, technical, will win. But Marvis knew truth. Tyson is monster, and Marvis not ready. Afternoon, 3 p.m. Hotel room, Marvis sitting on bed, thinking. Joe enters room. "Marvis, you ready?" "Yes, Dad." "Tyson strong, but you smarter. Use father's techniques, left hook, fast footwork. Keep distance, don't get close. First 3 rounds defend. Wait for him to tire, then attack." Marvis listening, nodding, but voice inside, "Tyson doesn't tire. Tyson is machine." Joe continues, "If you win today, you become world champion too. Frazier name returns to top. Me and you, father and son, both champions." Marvis looks at father, sees light in his eyes, excitement, dream, and Marvis understands. This fight not for Marvis, for Joe. Joe loading his championship dreams onto Marvis. After losing to Foreman in 1973, Joe never became champion again. Lost to Ali in Manila, 1975. Refused Foreman rematch in 1976. Retired 1981. Now, Joe's only chance is Marvis. His son. His blood. His legacy. Marvis, "Dad, Tyson very strong. Maybe I—" Joe cuts. "No, Marvis. You're Frazier. No fear in our blood. Today you win." Marvis stays quiet. What can he say? Arena filling. 4,200 people. Most came for Tyson. New phenomenon. Young star. Destruction machine. But section here for Marvis. Frazier supporters. Joe lovers. Shouting, "Smokin' Joe's son will win." Joe sitting ringside. Linda beside. Joe's hands on knees. Clenched fists. Linda, "Joe, relax. Marvis good fighter." Joe, "I know, but Tyson?" "Tyson different, Linda. Never seen anyone like this." Linda, "Then why accept fight?" Joe turns to Linda, "Because Marvis is my son, and I believe in him." But Linda sees doubt in Joe's eyes. Joe trying to convince himself. 8:30 p.m. Marvis enters ring, red shorts. Frazier written, white gloves, calm face, but trembling inside. Tyson enters ring, black shorts, no gloves, just wraps. Face expressionless, eyes empty, emotionless, like robot. Tyson looks at Marvis. Marvis looks back. Tyson smiles. Small, cold smile, eyes saying, "You're dead." Referee calls center, explaining rules. Marvis listening. Tyson not listening, just staring at Marvis. Return to corners. Joe approaches Marvis's corner, leans on ropes. "Marvis, remember, keep distance. Fast feet, left hook. You win." Marvis nods. Bell rings. Round 1 starts. Tyson walks to center. Fast, aggressive. Marvis moves back. Keeping distance, like Joe said. Tyson throws jab. Marvis blocks. Tyson jabs again. Marvis blocks again. Good. Defense working. Joe ringside. "Good, Marvis. Keep going." 15 seconds pass. Marvis tries left hook. Tyson ducks head. Misses. Tyson counters. Right uppercut. Marvis's shoulder. Marvis moves back. 20 seconds. Tyson attacks. 2 jabs. Marvis blocks. Tyson throws right straight. Marvis moves head. Dodges. Joe, "Good, good son." 25 seconds. Marvis starting to relax. "I can do this." Tyson not that scary. But then everything changes. 30 seconds. Tyson corners Marvis. Marvis tries to escape. Tyson throws uppercut. Left. Marvis's chin, dead center. Marvis's head snaps back. Legs wobble. Joe wants to jump up but can't move. Frozen. Tyson doesn't stop. Right hook. Marvis's temple. Marvis goes down. First time, face first. Referee counting. 1, 2, 3. Joe at ring edge. Can't breathe. Get up, son. Get up. 4, 5, 6. Marvis puts hands on canvas. Pushes. Head spinning. Eyes blurry. 7, 8. Marvis stands up. Wobbling. Referee looks at face. Can you continue? Marvis nods. Yes. Referee. You sure? Marvis. Yes. Lying. Head spinning. Ears ringing. But father watching. Can't quit. Referee continues fight. 35 seconds passed. Tyson approaching. Slow. Calm. Hunting prey. Marvis tries defending. Hands up. But weak. Tyson throws combination. Left jab. Right straight. Left hook. All three to Marvis's head. Marvis's legs cut. Goes down again. This time on back. Referee counting again. 1, 2. Joe at ring edge. Hands on head. No, no. Linda beside, covering mouth with hands. About to cry. 3, 4, 5. Marvis on canvas. Eyes looking at ceiling. Lights blinding. Hearing sounds, but not understanding. 6, 7, 8. Marvis tries getting up. Hands moving, but body not listening. 9, 10. Knockout. Fight over. Round 1. 58 seconds. Referee raises Tyson's hand. Winner. Tyson expressionless, just nods, then walks to corner. Marvis still lying on canvas. Ring doctor rushes over, checking eyes, taking pulse. Joe jumps over ropes into ring, runs to son, kneels beside. Marvis, Marvis, son. Marvis opens eyes, sees father, eyes wet. Dad, sorry. I embarrassed you. Joe shakes head, hands on Marvis's face. No, son, you didn't embarrass me. Marvis starts crying, 25 years old, but right now like small child. I lost Dad. I disappointed you. Joe hugs Marvis. Tight. No, Marvis, listen to me. You didn't disappoint me. I disappointed you. Marvis confused. What do you mean? Joe pulls back, looks into Marvis's eyes, his own eyes also wet. I put you in this business, Marvis. When you were 5, I put gloves on you, told you be boxer, told you be champion, but never asked, what do you want? Do you want to be boxer? Marvis stays quiet. Joe continues. I loaded my dreams onto you. After losing to Foreman in 1973, I never became champion. Lost to Ali in Manila, then retired. But my dreams didn't end. I tried living them through you, and today I brought you here. I dragged you into this pain. Marvis crying. But Dad, I wanted to do it for you. Joe. I know, son, and I love you for that, but enough now. Boxing is over for you. From today, you never fight again. Marvis. But Dad. Joe. No, Marvis, not my decision anymore. Your decision. But if you ask me, my answer, quit. Live your life. Find your own dreams. Don't die for my dreams. Joe helps Marvis stand. Ring doctor supporting. 3 of them pass through ropes. Climb down. Linda runs over, hugs Marvis. Are you okay? Marvis. I'm okay, Mom. But not okay. Not physically injured, but spiritually broken. Joe looks at Linda. Linda sees something in Joe's eyes. Decision. Joe made decision. Marvis sitting on bench, head in hands, silent. Joe beside. Linda, other side. Joe speaking. Marvis, I want to tell you something. Marvis lifts head. Joe. In 1973, Kingston, George Foreman knocked me down 6 times. Round 2. Most painful moment of my life until then. I felt ashamed, humiliated, worthless. Marvis listening. Joe. But today, here, watching you, I experienced something more painful than 1973. Marvis confused. How? Joe. Because in 1973 I was on canvas. I felt the pain. But today you were on canvas. and I could do nothing, just watched. And that was 1,000 times more painful than 1973. Marvis' eyes filling. Dad, Joe. Marvis, today I learned something. Suffering your own pain is easy, but watching someone you love suffer, that's unbearable. Linda touches Joe's hand. Joe, you're a good father. Joe shakes head. No, Linda. If I was good father, I wouldn't have brought Marvis here today. Marvis. Dad, I wanted to do it for you. Wanted to make you happy. Joe. And I love you for that, son. But now I know what I want for you. Be happy, boxer or not. But be happy. Live your life. Don't carry my dreams. Marvis puts head on Joe's shoulder, crying. Joe hugs him. Linda hugs both. 3 stay like that, silently. Few minutes. Then Joe. Marvis, from tomorrow no more training, no fights, no boxing, rest. Think. What do you want in life? Find it. Do it. I'm behind you. Marvis nods. Thank you, Dad. Philadelphia. Joe Frazier's gym. Joe Frazier's gym sign. Joe inside. Teaching young boxers. Showing 16-year-old boy left hook. Door opens. Marvis enters. Joe turns. Smiles. Marvis, how are you, son? Marvis approaches. They hug. I'm good, Dad. Came to talk to you. Joe. Sure. Let's sit. 2 chairs in corner. They sit. Marvis. Dad, I made decision. Joe. I'm listening. Marvis. I'm quitting boxing. Officially. Retiring. Joe nods. Good decision. Marvis. You sure? You're not sad? Joe. Marvis, I want you happy. Boxing wasn't making you happy. Never did. You were doing it for me. Now you're quitting. This makes me happy. Marvis smiles. Thank you, Dad. Joe. So what will you do now? Marvis. I want to go to college, study business, maybe start my own company someday. Joe. Great idea. I support you. Marvis. And Dad, one more thing. Joe. Yes? Marvis. I wanted to be like you, wanted to be champion, but I couldn't, and this upset me for years. But now I understand. I don't need to be like you. I need to be Marvis, need to find my own path. Joe stands up, hugs Marvis, tight. You already are champion, Marvis, maybe not in ring, but in life, because you learned to make your own decisions. This makes you stronger than me. Marvis crying, but this time from happiness. Joe. And Marvis, I apologize to you too. Marvis. Why? Joe. Because I used you to live my dreams. That was wrong, and I'm sorry. Marvis. Dad, you loved me so much. Sometimes excessive love makes mistakes too, but I forgive you, because you're my father, and I love you. They hug. Long time. Joe whispers, I love you too, son, very much. Joe Frazier on deathbed, 67 years old, liver cancer. Marvis at bedside, 51 years old, now businessman, successful, happy, married, has 3 children. Joe speaking in weak voice. Marvis, are you happy? Marvis. Yes, Dad, very happy. Joe smiles. Good, then I'm happy too. Marvis. Dad, you remember 1986? Joe. Tyson fight? Marvis. Yes, that day you told me something. Find your own dreams, you said, and I found them. Studied business, started company, had family. All because of you? Joe shakes head. No, Marvis, because of yourself. You decided, you did it. I just gave permission. Marvis. But Dad, if you said continue boxing in 1986, I would have continued, and probably been unhappy. But you let me quit. That takes courage. For father to tell son, let go of my dreams, find yours, that's hardest decision. Joe eyes wet. I just loved you, Marvis. Sometimes loving means letting go. Marvis kisses father's forehead. Thank you, Dad, for everything. Joe. You're welcome, son. 7 days later, Joe dies, but in peace, because he knows Marvis is happy, and that's more valuable than any championship. Today, Marvis Frazier is 64 years old, lives in Philadelphia, business consultant, successful, 3 children grown, has grandchildren. Sometimes people ask, "Do you regret quitting boxing?" Marvis gives same answer every time. "No, never regret, because in 1986 I didn't just quit boxing, I found myself. My father gave me greatest gift, freedom to pursue my own dreams. In July 1986, Mike Tyson knocked me down in 58 seconds. But those 58 seconds saved my life, because that night my father taught me something. Sometimes losing is winning. I lost in ring, but won in life. And today, 2024, I look back and I see that defeat in 1986 was biggest victory of my life. July 16th, 1986. A father watched his son's destruction. 58 seconds. And those 58 seconds changed 2 lives. Joe Frazier learned something that night. Suffering your own pain is easy, but watching someone you love suffer, that's unbearable. And that night, Joe made decision. Won't sacrifice my son for my dreams anymore. Marvis learned something that night. I don't have to be my father's copy. I need to be myself. And 3 months later, Marvis retired. At 25, very young, but free. From 1986 to 2011, Marvis lived his own life, built business, built family, became happy. And Joe watched, with pride. Because Joe understood. For father, greatest victory isn't repeating own victories, it's allowing child to find their own victory. In 1973, Joe lost to Foreman, career trauma. In 1986, Marvis lost to Tyson, but won his life. Which loss more valuable? Joe knows answer, 1986, because that loss freed Marvis. What about you? Who in your life is loading their dreams onto you? Your mother, father, spouse, boss? And more importantly, whose dreams are you living? Your own or someone else's? Marvis lived someone else's dream for 25 years, then stopped. Said, "No, now I'll live my own dreams." When will you stop? Because life too short, like 58 seconds, ends in instant. Marvis knocked down in 58 seconds, but those 58 seconds gave him 40 years of happiness. When is your 58 seconds? Sometimes need to lose, to find yourself. Sometimes need to get knocked down, to learn to stand up. Sometimes need to quit, to be free. Joe and Marvis learned this in 1986, in Glens Falls, in 58 seconds. What about you?